82 people are in ICU, 286 in hospital. Let's take you now over to Quebec City and take a listen to
Hello,
Premier
everyone.
Francois Legault.
I will start with the overview of the last day. We unfortunately have 6 new deaths, a total now of 31. So, of course, I offer my condolences to the families and loved ones of those victims. These are not statistics, these are real people. We now have 4,162 cases that have been confirmed. That is an increase of 732. We have 286 people being hospitalized. That is an increase of 51. And we have 82 people in intensive care, an increase of only 4. So that is the good news of the day. Very few people, keeping in mind the proportions, who are in intensive care. Our great priority right now is really everything that has to do with the medical equipment for protection. I'm talking here about masks in particular, the procedural masks. I'm talking about gloves, the gowns. Every day, we have a very detailed overview with the Ministry of Health, the General Secretary of the government, who is also involved. And today, I want to be clear. I want to tell you the truth. For some of the equipment, we have for 3 to 7 days. So it's pretty tight. However, we have orders that should arrive in the next few days, and we have good hopes to be able to get through. So I don't want to worry anybody needlessly, and I also want to take advantage of the opportunity to thank my friend Doug Ford, who accepted this morning to transfer to us certain equipment. So I really appreciate this gesture on the part of the Ontario Premier. I also wish to thank Justin Trudeau, Chrystia Freeland, who are working really hard at securing certain orders from foreign lands through embassies. So thank you very much for your help. I also wish to salute businesses. There are a lot of businesses that have masks, amongst them the Jean Coutu group that has 1.3 million masks. They have accepted transferring them to us. However, I want to repeat the message that I've been giving for a few days to the health care staff. It's very important, if we want to be able to have masks during the entirety of the crisis, it's very important that we use the masks only when it is essential, when it is necessary that we use them. Danielle is, together with her team, sending guidelines about when to use them, how to use them, but it's more important than ever. And listen, we're no different than anybody else. If you've been listening to news, whether it be in the US or in Europe, everywhere there is a race to get the equipment to protect our people. We are no different from others, and of course we have to be able to have them in what we call the peak, when we get to the peak of the curve. So we're all in the same situation. Today, I'd like to also send a special message to those people who are isolated, the people who are alone. It's normal that you're finding it difficult on a daily basis, and that is why today I'm asking everybody who's not alone, who are lucky enough to be living with somebody, a spouse, a family member, parents, children, please call somebody who's alone today. Give yourself that as a task, as a responsibility. I was telling that to my 2 boys yesterday. Call your grandmother. It's going to make her happy. It's that simple. If everybody calls one person who's alone today, I think that it will make a lot of Quebecers feel good. My daily thanks, I really want to give them to our researchers. We have a lot of researchers right now in Quebec who are working night and day to be able to find medication, vaccines. I'm thinking about Dr. Tardif, amongst others, at the Institute for Cardiology, and I
So
would
an update
like
there
to
from
take this
Premier
opportunity.
Francois Legault. Again, 732 new cases in that province, 6 new deaths, and you heard him there. One of the urgent needs, of course, is masks, receiving that support from both the federal government as well as in Ontario. And speaking of Ontario,